Okay, so welcome back. My name is Ben or Benji, whatever you want to call me. Most people just call me Ben. Close friends call me Benji. Welcome back to my channel. Um, Everyone's been requesting, or all my friends been asking me about this story that I experienced. This It's a crazy situation. It's a little bit embarrassing, but I'm going to show it on this video. I feel like I always talk about like embarrassing things on here, so this is going to be another video showing how stupid I am. So if you want to hear another story about how stupid I am, watch the whole video. Here we go. So I have some of my notes on my phone because I don't want to get some things wrong. Basically, this is about me getting lost, and I think it's in Cambridge, Maryland. Yes, it's in Cambridge. So I was at the Blackwater National Wildlife Refuge. But before I got to the Blackwater National Wildlife Refuge, I was basically working on a journalism assignment for. This wasn't like a Pacific journalism class. I mean, it was a journalism class, but it wasn't like within the communication department. It was in the environmental studies department. I think with Dr. Ear. I think it was Dr. Ear. I don't remember. It was a fun assignment. So like, I think it was like a group project. We were supposed to like write an article and take pictures of like this natural area, I think. And so we chose the Blackwater, that area. And my teammates, they went there I think one weekend, and I couldn't go for some reason. So I decided I would go there by myself, but I don't have a car, so I didn't want to seem too dependent on them. I don't like being dependent at all. Like I like being independent, but unfortunately, I'm not the most independent person. I don't have a car and stuff, so like you kind of have to be dependent on other people to a certain extent. I also don't like asking for help. I think it's a male thing, kind of like we don't like asking for help, but also maybe it's an Aquarius thing, as I am an Aquarius. Go Aquarius! Yeah. So in our society, just we just don't. I think men aren't generally taught to ask for help. It's definitely one of my biggest flaws. If not my biggest flaw is I don't like to ask for help, which is bad. But anyway, I thought I just like they. I think they did some interviews there, like a one weekend or something. Then I decided I would go back the next weekend to do it myself or whatever. So well, that's one of the biggest mistakes I made. I didn't do this on a weekend. I probably should have did this on a weekend. Because I decided to go right after one of my internships. I was interning, um, and right after my internship ended, like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I think. My internship was from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I think I did this on a Wednesday afternoon. On a Wednesday afternoon, I decided to call Uber up and have the Uber take me all the way over there. So my internship's in Salisbury. Blackwater is in Cambridge, I think, and I decided to have an Uber take me over there. So that kind of goes to show you that I don't always think the most intelligently. I have kind of a fantastical type mind, like a fantasy mind a little bit. I don't always think in reality. I think in fantasy kind of sometimes, like, oh, this is gonna work out. Everything's gonna be perfect. So I have a blind sense of optimism that isn't always realistic. So I decided to, call the Uber up. So they picked me up after at my internship, and I probably had the wrong clothes on too. I had my dress clothes on. Um, they dropped me off. They were gonna drop me off at the Ward Museum, which was like 10 minutes down the road from my internship. It was like a 10 or 15-minute drive. Probably like a 10-minute drive from my internship. I'm like, no, this isn't where I want to go. I'm trying to go to Blackwater. And he was like, okay, you sure? And I was like, yeah. He was nice though. Like he had a dog in the front seat. The dog was cute. But anyway, he drove me all the way down there, and then he dropped me off. And he was asking me what it was for. It was for like an assignment because I think I was gonna interview the one of the rangers there, and yeah, try to get an interview and get some pictures. So I got down there. I interviewed the ranger. I interviewed some people that worked at the gift shop down there, and I got some awesome pictures. and I got to take some notes, and everything was perfectly fine. And our professor let us take the camera out. He let all of us like borrow, I think, some of his cameras, so we got to use like actual cameras and take pictures and stuff. So that was nice that he let us borrow his cameras. And it was getting late because I think they were closing like at 4:30, or what time did I get down there? Does that make any sense? I must have got down there right before they closed. Or I think I might have left my internship a little early that day. Either I left at 3 and got down there like at 3:40, and then from like 3:40 to 4, I interviewed the ranger or something. Either way, I think I might have got out early, or I did it right after. I don't know what time they were closing. But I had finished my interview with her and the ranger. It was a she. And I got my pictures and stuff. And then like my phone was dying. So I said, can I charge my phone before they, as I think they were going to close. So I was able to charge my phone a little bit. And the people there were really nice at the gift shop. I think one of the ladies there, she even let me use the Wi-Fi, so I could, because I said, can I use the Wi-Fi? She let me get the password, use Wi-Fi, so that was nice. So I was gonna go call another Uber, but unfortunately I looked on the app and it said no Ubers available, because Cambridge is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Salisbury, is more of a city, kind of, and Cambridge, there is nothing there. So I was out of luck. I didn't have any taxi numbers. But yeah, I probably should have asked someone there, like, could they get me a ride or find someone else to give me a ride, but I didn't do that because I don't like asking for help. And I didn't really see it as a problem. I hope this video is probably going to be really long, but enjoy it. Get your popcorn out, prepare to laugh at me. Or cry, I don't know, in pity. I don't know what I'm expecting out of this video. But, oh, this is so embarrassing. So the phone was charging and stuff. It didn't really charge that much, but it charged just enough, I guess. And then I actually got a free mug. They gave me a free mug because it was chipped or something. They said, you can have it for free. So that was cool. And then I said, bye, guys, and I left. I decided to leave, and I was walking out and up the highway, up to the front gate, I guess up to the front. I was on this road. I think it was like Egyptian road or something, like on the nature preserve or whatever. I took even more pictures when I was walking. I saw like a deer. I took pictures of a deer. It was beautiful. That place is really beautiful. I'd love to go back there sometime. I don't think it scarred me. No, it didn't scar me, but I would like to go back there sometime. Hopefully with someone with a car. Or I could bike down there. I could even walk down there if I want to, but we'll see why I'll say I could probably walk down there. We'll get to that. That's a foreshadowing. So I, start walking, and it starts getting darker. It starts getting colder. I had boots on and a hat. I think I had this exact hat on. I don't remember, but I had boots on and a winter coat. And what happens is I start going further and further and further, and I get to the main road and stuff, and I'm hoping that maybe I can. Well, actually, no, my phone actually dies. I actually brought a portable charger, so my charge didn't last that long, which kind of sucked. It lasted a little bit. When it was charged, I probably should have asked a friend for help or something. That's probably what I should have did, but I didn't do it. And I probably should stay put, but I didn't do it. My phone died, or I think it was on 1%, so I decided to turn off to save it or whatever. And then as I walk, everything just gets dark, and it's getting kind of late. I think I decided to go off the main highway, but I was on the main highway because I was looking for a hotel or something. I was thinking maybe I can sleep in a hotel because I had my wallet. So I was like, I don't know, maybe I can stay in a hotel over the night or something. But there was no hotels, there was no McDonald's to charge my phone. There was nothing, and my portable charger, unfortunately, lesson number one when you're traveling and you don't have a car, make sure you bring a fully charged portable charger. I did not bring a fully charged portable charger. I brought it with me, but it had no charge in it whatsoever. So that was stupid. I had an empty charger, portable charger that was useless basically. And I decided to go on these country roads. I don't know why I decided to do that. I was thinking maybe I could find a shorter way back, but I ended up going around in circles. And I passed this one area that looked like it had some looked like it was another nature trail somewhere else. It was different. It was like some type of nature hiking area, which I like to go back to that area sometime soon if I can remember what it was. But there was also this cat that followed me, like walking on the road for like maybe 15 or 20 minutes. This cat was just following me. It was so cute, and it started going. Like when I started walking further and further away, because I think it was leaving its territory. I think it probably lived in like a house somewhere nearby, but I think it was starting to leave outside of its territory. So I think it was getting kind of scared, and so it just stood in the middle of the road. It just stood on the side of the road as I walked away. It it started just stared at me. I turned around and looked at it, and it was just staring at me. So, and let me go plug this in a little bit. I'm kind of concerned. We're keeping this in. We're keeping this in. This is going to be raw and authentic. This is a raw, authentic story. Hang in there. Okay. So, okay. So as I'm walking, this is starting to get like 11, 10 or 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and it's cold. This is a cold November night, and there's a truck that passes me. I'm thinking like maybe I can ask for a ride or something, but then I get scared because I'm in the country, on the Eastern Shore. I'm like thinking maybe someone's gonna lynch me or kill me or something. I don't know. I had these like crazy ideas that someone was gonna like drag me, like strip my clothes off and drag me by like my privates or something. I don't know why I have these crazy ideas in my head, but like I'm in the country. I don't know. I'm black. I don't know what's I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, this is in the South, but this is like a rural Eastern Shore. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if this should be getting into like this random like white person's like truck. So I mean, they might not have been white, but it was like late at night and I was scared. So I didn't like get in anyone's truck or anything. So I turn around. I look forward and I see Harry Tubman Museum. I'm like, I thought I already passed that. So I think I had literally gone around in circles and circled back around to the Harry Tubman Museum because it said like a mile away or something. And I'm like, I thought I passed that like 2 hours ago. So I took all these country roads and ended up going around a circle. So that sucked. And then so I said, I'm going to go back out to the main highway. And it said, welcome to, I forget what city it said, welcome to. I'm like, oh, this sucks. So I decided to follow Route 16. I think that was my ticket out of there. So I followed Route 16 and I made it back. I was going to different cities. And I was like, yay, and I saw Salisbury. 10 miles, or not 10 miles, maybe like, I don't know if I'm over exaggerating, like 20 miles away or 37 miles away or something like that. And I was like, ooh, Salisbury. I'm not that far. I can walk. But yeah, this was getting late. And then actually, before I got to the main highway, I think I fell asleep in a cornfield. Um, there was no corn because the corn was dead because it was, it looked like it was a cornfield. It was like November, so like the ground was flat, but it looked like it had been a cornfield. I took off my socks because my feet were freezing. I don't know why that made any sense, but like I decided to take off my t-shirt and warm my feet up with my t-shirt because my socks were not keeping me warm. Were not keeping my feet warm because my feet felt like they were about to fall off. They felt like they were about to fall off. I couldn't feel my toes, and I was like, my toes are gonna fall off. I was scared as shit. I was really scared, and I didn't think that I would survive. I thought my hands were going to get frostbite, and I thought my fingers were going to fall off and my toes were going to fall off. Those were the two things I was very concerned about because I couldn't feel my toes for like the longest as I was walking. And I had boots on and these like wool socks, I think. But for some reason, like me taking my t-shirt off and taking my socks off and warming my socks up with my t-shirt make my feet feel warmer for some reason. I'm glad I did that. But yeah, that was scary. Then I fell asleep in the cornfield. I was not high, even though all my friends that I tell the story to think I was high on drugs. I was not on drugs, I promise. I'm just not normal. I'm not a normal person. I think my solution to everything is, oh, I'll just walk there. But it's not the solution. But at this point, I feel like I can do anything I want to do at this point. I could walk to like um well, I'm actually here on the Eastern Shore living here right now, but I feel like I could walk to DC from here, honestly, at this point. I feel like I pretty much can do anything at this point. I don't know why I always forget about the story, but like when I think about it, at this point, I think you can pretty much do anything. Even if I don't know how to do it, you can still do it. So back to the highway. So I made it to the highway after falling asleep in the cornfield for like 30 minutes or something. I don't know. Um, I think this was 11 or 12 because I turned my phone on and then turned it back off to see what time it was. I don't know why I thought I would conserve my battery, but I did. Um, don't know why I didn't think to call someone because I probably could have called someone with that 1% of battery left. I don't know why. I thought I was going to save it for something. I was going to save it for emergency, but this was an emergency, so that was kind of stupid. And I start passing different towns. I look at the highway signs, and I think I'm in Vienna or close to Vienna, and like I fall asleep. Well, I don't fall asleep. I'm just tired of walking, and like all these tractor trailers are driving past, like zoom, 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 and like I haven't seen them before. And this was like maybe like 4 or 5 in the morning. So we had done this interview 4 o'clock, left the internship, 11 or 12 o'clock at night when I fell asleep in the cornfield. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning now. The next day. I mean, how many hours is that? So that's like a lot of hours walking like crazy. What the? So mind you, I used to be a Boy Scout, so I did walk like I've hiked 10 miles before. So walking was never really a big deal for me, but it's just that walking in the cold November, that was a big deal. That was not good. So I rest on this like railing, these metal rails on the middle of the road in front of this house. I don't know why. I probably should have walked a little bit further, but I didn't. Because I was tired. So I rested against these rails, and I think these people in this house called the cops because this was like 4 or 5 in the morning. So maybe they woke up and saw like this black person staring at them with this black coat on. I wasn't staring at them, but I was directly facing them from across the road, their house. But I was just tired. And the cops came and they patted me down, which was kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hot getting patted down. So I had a good experience with cops. I think that was my first time sort of getting arrested or patted down by cops. But yeah, they were patting me down on my chest and my legs and stuff, and that was kind of hot. I kind of wouldn't mind them doing that again. But anyway, um, where was I? Oh yeah, so cops were patting me down, which was really hot. Um, oh yeah, they looked at my bag and they saw a camera and they're like, so you're a student. Are you a photography student?" And I'm like, "No, I'm a journalism student. I'm writing an article." And they're like, and they just thought I was crazy. So they asked to see my phone. No, they asked for me to call my roommates so they could pick me up or something. And they asked to see my ID. So I showed them my ID. Said, "Oh, you're not from here. You're from another part of Maryland." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm going to school at Salisbury University." Then they called the place where I live, Salisbury University, but like I don't think they could do anything because they knocked on my roommate's door, but they didn't answer the door. But I lived off campus, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. Then none of my roommates answered the door because I told them my address where I lived. But as soon as I turned my phone on, my phone died, so that 1% was gone. And I didn't know my roommate's phone numbers by heart. I don't know why they thought I would know that because who knows anyone's numbers by heart. The only number I know by heart is my home phone number because I didn't remember that when I was like in elementary school because I needed a ride home one time and I didn't know it, and that teacher got on my case about that. She's like, "Oh no, you should know your home phone number." This was like in elementary school, so I always made sure I memorized my home phone number. But other than that, I do not have anyone else's numbers memorized in my head. So no one answered the phone. I mean, no one answered the door from the I think the Salisbury University police tried to knock on the door, but no one answered or whatever. This was still like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I think. What happened after that? Basically, the cops, they picked me up and they let me sit in. Wait, no. I think they called some other cops, whatever, and then they let me sit in the front seat of the cop car, and it was nice and warm. It was warm, like I felt heat. I thought they were gonna put me in the back seat, but they put me in the front seat. It was kind of nice. That was really my opportunity, probably to cry, like I'm lost. Like I should have been crying and like should have asked them to take me back to Salisbury University, but I did not do that. I was just staring into space, looking like blank faced. Like I don't know. I really probably should have cried and asked them to take me back to college. Like I don't know why I didn't do that. But anyway, because that's definitely one of my abilities, and I don't think I use it enough. I definitely do not. But yeah, they drove me across I think it's the Vienna Bridge. There's some bridge across Vienna, across the Nanticoke River or whatever, and then I was in Mardella. They dropped me off at this gas station, but the car was nice and hot, so I was able to warm up in the car. It felt so nice in the cop car. And then they dropped me off and said, you can walk again, but make sure you don't walk during. Wait till it gets light outside, because some people feel uncomfortable with you walking around out here. And I said, okay. So they just dropped me off at the gas station and they left. So I went to the gas station and bought a charger, and luckily the charger had a little bit of juice left in it, and I was able to charge my phone. But while I was charging my phone, I decided to keep it off and charge it while my phone was off, so I could write a little bit of my article. So I looked at some of my notes and I started writing my article a little bit by looking at some of my notes that I took. So that was like maybe 30 minutes I was in there, or 40 minutes or whatever, 20, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 15 or 20 minutes I was in there when my phone was charging, writing stuff down, looking at my old notes. Then I turned on my phone and I texted my friend Sharon. Shout out to Sharon. Thank you for picking me up. She picked me up. She's a good friend. So I hope you're watching this video, Sharon. Thank you so much for picking me up. At the time, she was driving to school because she had school, I think, on Tuesdays and Thursdays she had classes. So this was the next day. This was Thursday morning. She was driving in the Salisbury from across the bridge, I think, because she had classes. She would only come across the bridge to go to those classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays because that's when she had classes. So she just happened to be driving in the morning time, driving, trying to get to her classes. And I just texted her, I'm like, hey, Sharon, can you pick me up? And she's like, where are you? At this gas station. And then I said, I'll meet you on the highway. So I got out on the and I stood on the side of the highway across the street from the gas station in Mardella Springs, I think. And she picked me up. And I made it to my 8:30 or 8 a.m. class with Dr. Ewers. And I told Dr. Ewers the story. I think it's Dr. Ewers. I hope I don't have his name wrong. But is it even Dr. Ewers? I don't even know. But he makes like environmental documentaries down here on the Eastern Shore. I think he made one about beavers recently. It's pretty cool. I love the documentaries he makes. And then there was one about the rising tide somewhere on one of the islands here on the Eastern Shore. I don't remember, but I think the land is like crumbling a little bit because of global, climate change and stuff like. So he makes some pretty cool documentaries. I could be giving the wrong professor name, so I don't even know, but it's been a while since this happened, honestly. I think this was November 2019, actually. I don't even remember. This might have been the same year my lover broke up with me. No wonder all this stuff happened. I know, I feel like everything went downhill after that. I went a little crazy, huh? But well, that's evidence of your first relationship. Things break, things go downhill from there. But I think this was 2019, because I think that's when I had my internship. Yeah, fall of 2019. November. It was cold. It wasn't like this November. You know, we've had a lot of warm days this November in 2021, but it was cold. And I got lost. Anyway, and then I think I had to go to like another journalism class with one of my other professors, Dr. Cox. I'd never told her what happened, but I think I told Dr. Ewers, and like I think he gave us like extra credit or something, or I don't know what happened, but which was nice. After I told my like teammates what happened, they're like, "Oh, you should have just rode with us. We could have carpooled." I'm like, "Yes, I know, but I don't like asking for help." Um, so then I worked on a PowerPoint for Dr. Cox's class, I think. And like it was so bad though. But I gave the presentation, I finished it, and we did okay, I think. But I don't think I wrote people's names down right in the PowerPoint, and people were like so confused. And like, shouldn't you know your group members' names? But I was in a rush. I was doing this between classes, right between, because I was supposed to do this the night before or the afternoon before, but I was lost in Cambridge. I don't think I ever told anyone that story from that journalism class. I might have told my team members that. I think I told them that, but I never told the professor that from my other class. But it might be why I'm not interested in journalism anymore. I don't know. But I love volunteering in nonprofits and stuff, so that's why why I'm interested in career and nonprofits and stuff like that. But I'm not saying this is why I'm not interested in journalism. I just feel like you have to have a car. Oh yeah, they're looking for. I think they're looking for a reporter in Ocean City, but I think they said car required. One day I'll get a car. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry right now. But whew. Let me see. Let me look at my notes and see if there's anything else on here. Don't exit this video yet. Continue to eat your popcorn. Let's see. Okay, there's nothing else to the story. I just feel embarrassed right now. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't expect there to be Ubers in rural areas. Ocean City, Salisbury, yes, but not in these other cities in the Eastern Shore. You know what else I just realized? If this had been on a Saturday, it would have been a lot easier because I could have still went through this entire experience, but I would have come back on a Sunday and I wouldn't have to worry about class. So, I probably shouldn't have also tried to do this right after my internship because I probably was tired. But I was exhausted that Thursday, that morning, that Thursday. I think I went to bed. My face was looking like a mess. I looked like I was on drugs, but I was not on drugs. I was just very stupid, and I didn't think things through. And I didn't ask for help. So, that's my story that a lot of people have asked for, and I hope that you all enjoy this. I hope you all enjoyed it, and that's that. My story of getting lost on the Eastern Shore. And I chose to even live down here even after graduating. So I'm still living down here. So yeah, I love it. I do love it though. It's beautiful down here. Bye.